welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back and thanks for watching. This is the first video that I'm recording in like a month and a half. We went on spring break around March, early March. And while we were on spring break is when this whole coronavirus thing really blew up in the United States. And so they basically canceled school for the rest of the semester. They moved everything to online classes. And that adjustment has just been really hard for me. It definitely took me at least 3 weeks after getting back into school. So we had original spring break, then we had another week off, and then we started classes again. And from that first day of classes starting again, at least took me another 3 weeks to honestly like get motivated and want to do school, because online classes, there's a reason why I don't take online classes. And so it was just really an adjustment period. What also made it hard was the fact that I would see on social media and stuff like this, everyone is my quarantine routine, my new quarantine routine, my online classes routine, my new study routine, like all of these things, people getting under their belt, figuring out, and I just didn't have one. I hadn't had one yet, and I had expressed that to one of my professors, and he was like, you know, because I had said something like, I struggle with comparing myself to other people, and he was like, I mean, we all do. And he went to tell me that, oh, hello, Rev. He went on to tell me that people only post, you know, when they're having good days, mostly. I mean, some people choose to post when they're having bad days and talk about it, but the majority of people only post on social media and stuff like that when they're having good days. And so it can kind of be disheartening to people when they are having bad days and consecutive bad days, and they just are developing and learning things slower than others. And so that's really what I was going through and still kind of going through. And thank God the semester is almost over. I have like 2-3 more weeks and then I'm done. And then it's summer, and then at least I won't have to worry about school, and I'll still be stuck in the house, but won't have to worry about school so much. So now that I'm finished with where I've been and what I've been going through for the last month and a half, for today's video, I am going to be doing the beauty brand tag. This is a tag that I saw Kyla Fish do, and then she, I believe, got it from a creator by the name of Tara Brooke. And she created all these questions herself. I believe it's 15 questions, and I'm just gonna go through each question, tell you guys the questions, and give you guys my answer. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump on in. So the first question is, think back to when you first started your makeup collection. Are there any brands you used then that you still use today? And 100%. The first couple ones that come to mind are e.l.f., Maybelline, CoverGirl, Wet n Wild, and maybe a little bit of Morphe. Morphe was something that I definitely used pretty early on when I really started developing my love for makeup. So those few are something I've used from the beginning, and I'm still using them now, and they still are coming out with products that I love, and so I definitely don't see myself straying from those brands. And the next question is just a follow-up question to that one, and it says, which brands have you moved on from? I know definitely when I was really young and was doing my own makeup, I used NYX a lot. I definitely, like, looking over at my makeup, I don't have any NYX products. Other than, JK, I have a couple lip products, but other than that, I use them so much more when I was younger, and in high school and in late middle school, I use them a lot more, and definitely don't use them as much now. And another brand that I definitely used a lot was the Ulta brand. I used their brand so much. I had eyeshadow palettes, primers, foundations, powders, eyebrow, mascara, just the whole 9 yards, lip. I was consistent on buying like their little sets they had, and I thought those were literally the best thing ever. And they're not terrible. Haven't bought one in a long time, so maybe I will do that and make it a video, because I don't know, they weren't the best, but they weren't terrible, so maybe I'll do that. So question number 3 is, are there any brands you thought were so expensive that you'd never buy anything from them, but now consider at least one of their products to be a holy grail? If so, which brand and which product? So I would say the Too Faced Born This Way foundation is definitely something that I love. I don't know if I would consider it a holy grail, so I don't know if my answer is valid to the question, but it's definitely something that I tried and it instantly stole my heart. I've only been using it for like a couple of months, and I don't even use it like every time I do my makeup, so it's something that I just only use when I really want to look snatched, and it gives me that look. So it's definitely like on its way to being a holy grail product. Number 4, what is a popular brand that you've never tried and don't think you ever will, and why? So I'm pretty open to trying every brand. It just really depends on what money I have in the wallet to try. But I definitely, I don't know, the one brand that I just really don't see myself gagged over is Benefit Cosmetics. I don't know, their packaging, I guess, and it's funny because later question, but I don't know, they're just not me 100%. I don't know, they just haven't come out with something that it has 100% caught my attention. So they just might not be a brand that I will ever necessarily pick something up. Maybe I will one day just to give them a try. I know everybody likes their brow products, so maybe I will, but as of now, I've never bought anything and I just haven't really felt the need to. Number 5, what brand perfectly encapsulates your current makeup aesthetic? Explain. So there's this brand that I recently stumbled upon. I don't know how. It might have been like an ad on Instagram like they do in between like the Insta story junks, or if it was an ad when I was scrolling. I don't know, but I stumbled upon this beauty brand called Dear Dahlia. So Dear Dahlia is this like Korean vegan cruelty-free makeup brand. In their bio on Instagram, it says they are a luxury vegan makeup infused with anti-aging dahlia flower extract. It says high performance makeup that's also skincare. And their packaging, their color schemes, it's their Instagram, like it's all beautiful. It all screams me. So I will definitely have a little screenshot, little screen recording of them, and you guys should definitely go check them out. Number 6 is, are there any brands you haven't wanted to try purely because you don't like their packaging? Like I said, Benefit Cosmetics packaging is a little corny and cheap with the little baby pink to me, but it's not like a complete turn on. So like generally I would say no, nothing turns me off, but their packaging, just like the cheap pink bubbly, is just kind of like kid makeup to me. So that's like just the one downfall of Benefit Cosmetics. Number 7 is there a brand you've tried only because their packaging allured you in? If so, were you happy with the actual product? And I have to say, my most recent purchase from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the Bloodlust collection, the packaging definitely drew me in. The whole purple scheme, from whatever was in the packaging, I probably would have bought it regardless because purple is my favorite color. And he just did it. He did it to the whole 9 yards. And so I bought that, and regardless, I don't know, it was like I hadn't bought a Jeffree Star palette, so would I have bought it if purple wasn't my favorite color? Who knows? Would I have bought it if it wasn't a purple palette? I don't know, maybe. If I would have liked it, who knows? But that definitely drew me in to buy the palette, and I was happy with the collection. I bought the palette, I bought the lip set, I bought a gloss, so check out that video. Provide the link down below if you are interested, and yeah, I really enjoyed that collection and trying his makeup for the first time. Number 8 is, some would say drugstore and mid-range prices are starting to overlap. What drugstore beauty brands are guilty of making this happen? And what are your thoughts on rising drugstore makeup prices? So for this question, I would definitely say Physicians Formula and Pixie. I don't know if Physicians Formula was ever supposed to be considered a drugstore brand. I'm not sure, but I definitely consider them a drugstore brand. They've been in Walmart and drugstores for as long as I've known. And then maybe a little bit of CoverGirl and Maybelline. They've kind of started raising their prices. And honestly, like, I don't want to admit it, but Elf slightly has raised their prices in the products they've dropped. And the products they've had since years ago, because I have been using some of their products since before they did their little rebrand, and stuff was like $2-3, and now it's like $4 or $5. And so I'm just like, I don't know, but I'm not gonna I know it's not that big of a drastic change. Like some of these brands are going up like $4-5 in difference. So that's just, it's my opinion on that. Number 9, with an anti-consumerist mentality starting to take hold in the YouTube beauty space, are there any brands you still feel a loyalty towards? If so, why? Simply put, can you be anti-consumerist and have brand loyalty at the same time? So there's no brands I feel loyal to. Simple as that. Like, I don't feel loyal to buy from any brand at all. So that's my answer. Number 10, have you ever felt betrayed by a brand? If so, what happened? No, I have never felt betrayed by a brand. And when that day comes, it's gonna be very interesting, I'm sure. So number 11 is, are there any brands that you feel give off exclusivity vibes, making you feel like you aren't cool, rich, or pretty enough to buy from? If so, which brand and why? So there's no brands that I feel give off this vibe, other than the fact that there's exclusivity in the prices of the brand. So it's like, me at this point in my life, I can't buy from certain brands just because they're so expensive. So with that being said, only an exclusive amount of people with the money who can afford those things would be able to buy that. But with that being said, those brands don't make me feel some type of way. It's just the simple fact that I'm, a college student and I don't have the money to buy those products. And like, that doesn't make me feel like I can't buy from them down the road when I have the money to splurge on them. So there's really no brand that like gives off exclusivity vibes. Number 12 is, what's worse, choice fatigue, which is exhaustion from too many makeup releases, or a lackluster quarterly launch from a brand you're typically excited about? So I would definitely say choice fatigue. There was a time before this whole Corona thing that I was like, there's too many launches. I think it was the Mulan and the Morphe Sweetie launch. It was just, I literally was like, I don't know, why are you guys literally launching at the same time on the same day? Or maybe it was like 2 days apart, I don't know. And even before then, there was just a lot of consecutive back-to-back launches. And it was just so many. And it was like, I can't pour my money into all these companies, so I literally have to choose. And it was just got so tiring having to choose. I'm just like, chill out, guys. Like, come on. There's like the whole entire year, which, I mean, maybe there isn't at this point, but, at the time it was just a lot. So I definitely think being forced, not forced, but, companies just constantly pushing things out at the same time. And it's not like they know what other companies are going to push out, but there's some companies out there that within themselves, they provide so many choices with constantly pushing out stuff. So I definitely think choice fatigue is the worst for me. Number 13, have brand trips or sponsored videos ever made you actually interested in a product or beauty launch the brand was promoting? No. I actually can't recall watching a brand trip video or the sponsored, maybe a sponsored video has made me interested in a brand or something a brand was promoting, but not brand trips. I can't actually like ever recall watching a brand trip video. So I'm not really like impressionable in that way. Like if I like it, I like it. And if I don't, I don't. So number 14, are there any indie brands you hope to see sold at Ulta or Sephora in the future? Definitely Sigma Beauty and Glossier. I know they're probably doing banging on their online retail, but come on guys, we want to be able to touch the stuff. We want to be able to feel the stuff. We want to be able to see it on our skin. At least I do. I literally hate online shopping. And I can't understand. I've hated it for years because why am I going to buy it and then wait all this time to get it and then it not fit or look good? Then I just get mad. And it's like the whole delayed gratification, but I delayed my gratification. My gratification got there and now I have to delay it again because it didn't work out when I could have just gone to the store and found out that it wasn't going to work from day one and bought something else that was. So those, if they came, that would be cool, but I still think, I'll probably buy from them online if they aren't coming to stores anytime soon. Question number 15 is, if you could give any beauty brand a rebranding, which brand would it be and what elements of the brand would you modify? So for this one, I wrote down my thoughts and I said for e.l.f., I would change the logo, and I don't know, I understand it's e.l.f. eye, lips, face. I understand it's supposed to be real basic, supposed to be real chic, but can we at least get a different font? Can we get a different color font? I don't know. I just feel like I just need something. It hasn't changed. It's just been the same for years. And so maybe that's just me, but I would change the logo. And then there's a brand called Number 7, and I see it at Target. Don't know if I've ever seen it anywhere else, but it might only be a Target brand. I'm not sure, but it's called Number 7. And I just like never see anything about it. No one ever talks about it. You never see it advertised. So that's one thing I would change. I would give that brand some advertisement. I would advertise the heck out of it. I would just social media advertise. It needs money into advertisement. And maybe the products suck. And maybe that's why no one advertises for it, but it needs advertisement. And then number 2 would be the packaging. So you would probably want to change the packaging. I would probably change the packaging before I advertise because it's just basic. And no offense to all my older ladies out there, but it literally looks like it's tailored to like a 80-year-old woman who wants skincare, you know? And I don't know, I'm saying that in the nicest way because I have nothing against quality skincare and makeup, but it's not out there. It's not popping. And right now we'll see a pop in time for the beauty industry, and for you to not be trying to get in there, what are you doing? You're not making it. So that brand just needs a whole redo on what it's doing. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you to Kyla Fish for doing this tag and posting the video to your channel because I never would have found it without you. And thank you to the tag creator, Tara Brooke. I hope I am saying your name right, and I am so sorry if I am not. But I thoroughly enjoyed your tag. I enjoyed thinking about all these different things and when it comes to beauty brands because it's not something we typically think about. I think we typically think about the actual product itself and not the brand that's putting it out. So I know there's a lot of brands out there that are a little iffy and a little gray. And so just be careful when you are buying from certain brands, and don't buy from a brand that doesn't believe in what you believe in. And so on that note, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.